Nigga say he just gonna keep living.
Nobody told me I had to die. Like, what's
I'm
stopping
saying,
me?
like, I feel like no disrespect, but niggas be choosing it because,
Shit,
like,
like
you could just not die.
every nigga on planet Earth that has ever died
Just got
is
tired
out.
of living.
No, they're just a whole nigga. I'm sorry.
Nah, they got tired of living. They got to like 113 and was like, yo, this is whack, yo. Come on.
What about niggas that get to 32?
Maybe that one wasn't it. Like, you know what I mean? You know, like when you like it's like spades, right? You playing spades and you get one of them hands, you're like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
But you can't even throw out because you got one spade.
You can't in spades. You can't in spades, but you can in life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm screaming. Welcome to episode 9. This is a very special episode, only because we have absolutely no agenda.
I always have an agenda.
Well, yeah, of course, there's always the black agenda and several other agendas that will remain nameless. He.
Sound like you're
But
trying to silence me. This is
nah, I'm not.
America.
He said, "Sounds like you're trying."
The libs
The
trying to
libs of what?
silence me.
Nah, it's terrorists win. But nah, so yeah, we have no agenda today, so we're just gonna be in here absolutely cutting up. Just cutting up. It's gonna be a lot of head shakes today. So
What that nigga 50 said? Shitting, pooping, shitting. How did he think that was okay to record?
cause I mean, think about it. When he said it 3 times, like that's you really gotta emphasize it sometimes because I think people really fail to neglect or neglect that, you know, they gastrointestinal system. So I think that's what that was, right? It was him trying to.
I don't think he was literally talking about.
You don't think
Like,
so?
no, I think he meant like he was like shitting on niggas, pooping on niggas.
Okay, well, that's one
Shitting.
interpretation for sure. Yeah, I can
It's
see
the
that.
correct one. Yeah, I know you can see it because it's correct.
Yeah. You know, we all have our perspective on things, you know. But I think a lot of rappers are, you know, secretly scholars. I think a lot of them are,
I know
right?
Young Thug is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, come on. I've heard this man say spider sex in a song before.
Yeah.
And I
Name
thought that
one
was
song that's better than
spider
that.
sex. Okay. I didn't
Didn't
know
that
what to
nigga
do with it.
say, yeah, my fucking back pocket fat like a butt?
I mean, he
Like,
said he has he's got too many. He's got way too many rich. But again, I remember, you know what's funny? I used to not like Thug a long time ago. Like long time ago. Like I was just like, yo, this nigga's outlandish. Like, this is too much.
the
This is like
outlandishry is
no,
that's
right.
the
I'm getting there.
beauty of
I'm
it.
getting there, right? So literally I was just like, bro, this seems like a prank show for just how far I can go in rap, right? Like it just seems like a dude was like, all right, let's take like the bare minimum or bare essentials of rap and then see how ridiculous we can make it and how much they'll tolerate. It felt like a thought experiment almost.
Martyr 6 was 100% a thought experiment. Like, they took the Carter shit, so that's one layer to it. Birdman was on it, that's another layer. And then the
Thug
nigga got on the
himself.
song saying, nigga, I'm a crack baby. Like, what?
Yeah, but then what it was is I remember I watched one interview, right? And this was kind of like I forgot what era this was of Thug, but this is probably around like a little bit before Jeffrey, more than likely. But it was an interview where he was basically saying like his goal was to say shit in ways that no one has never said it before. Like he's like, obviously we all live in the same world, so we've seen the same things, right? We've seen women, we've seen cars, clothes, but like I just got to find a different way to say it than anyone else has ever said. And let's be real here.
Truly scholarly
He has
behavior.
absolutely accomplished that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever since Mom Titty, bitch, I've been flagging. Ever since the titty, right? Because a lot of people I've been gangbanging since I was born, right? But who else mentioned a Mom Titty just to get the point across?
Who else said they was kicking doors in when they was 5?
When he was 5, his ankles would break under the sheer weight of the door, but he was just so eager. He was so eager, right? He was 5 years old in the whip, like, come on, let me at him.
He had to get it out the mud. He didn't have another choice. Remember when that nigga showed up to your that award show in a dress?
Yeah, I mean, he showed up many places. He had an album cover with a dress, and niggas
Oh
clowned him
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole time. He said, "Man,
No,
who
that
cares?
album cover
I
was
like
hard. That
it."
nigga look like a Mortal Kombat character.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a skin.
That's
That's
that's a
but that's
rape
my
skin. He got
favorite
the
part
hat.
about Thug. Like, I'm like, bro, this nigga Thug got skins, bro. Like, a lot of niggas
Skins.
can't say that, bro. Like, they just got fits. Thug got skins, bro.
Right
Like,
now, he got his boo skin with the pink hair.
that's what I'm saying. He got skins, bro.
That nigga had
He got
Super
DLC.
Saiyan at one point with the blonde dreads.
And a lot of niggas try, right? But it just, it don't work. It don't work for everybody. Because you seen a
No.
lot of after the Thug, you saw a lot of niggas who took the thought experiment too far, right? Where like a
Mhm.
lot of niggas who were just like, yo,
Like
you know what?
one Mr. Baby,
Um,
not little baby, the
oh,
baby.
I get with
He's
the diaper
showing
shit.
up in
Yeah, right,
diapers.
right, right.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, well, theoretically it worked. So I mean, you can't really say it went too far because it got the job done. But
he's
yeah,
been
no,
keeping it
that's
up though. It's going too far now.
but I
Now
think
it is going too far.
right, but the issue with him was that it had nothing to do with it had nothing to do with what he was doing. Like Thug shit would just felt natural, right? Whereas the baby shit is like, bro, you are not
I'm
just
trying to
a
get
naturally a
attention.
nigga that's gonna be wearing a diaper coming to the
Yeah,
show and
I'm doing
performing.
this
You
straight to
doing
get
this.
buzz.
So I say to my niggas, you won't believe the shit I saw last night. Grown ass man rapping his ass off 45 minutes. Oh, and by the way, diaper. Nothing else.
Diaper.
Diaper and Tim's and jewelry. I don't know how else to explain it to you, my nigga. It was the strangest, most peculiar shit I've ever seen. But niggas go to another show because I mean, come on, you're not gonna go watch the guy in the diaper and Tim's? If he really rapping, I mean, let's be real. That nigga was like, come on, bro. He rapping all that type of shit with the diaper, Tim's, and the jewelry on. I'm gonna see it at least twice. After the second one, I'm like, all right, I'm done off of this. I'm good. I got my fix. I'm out of here. But I think niggas like Thug, I feel like don't get enough credit for just the outlandishness because it's like I think we need it, right? Because a lot of niggas can rap. So there's so many niggas who can rap, especially nowadays. Like, let's be real here, bro. I'm sure if we was just rapidy rap, lyrical miracle, there's a lot of niggas who can do that. A lot. But
Yeah,
it's just
I'm
like,
one of them.
bro, can you sell me on just spectacle, nigga? Purely spectacle.
Like,
And
think about all the rappers out there. Who really do you want to see in a show because of the spectacle? I'll say Kanye West, obviously,
Trav,
Young Thug, Wiz Khalifa, because that nigga used to be throwing joints out into the audience and shit.
and he used to just have all types of people come to his shows.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else? Travis Scott.
Oh yeah. That nigga gonna get up there and make his faces.
And that's
Stumble
I
off
mean,
stage.
and that's the thing, because like you get some niggas who are like, for example, 21 Savage is a good artist. Have you ever seen him perform? It's the worst shit I've ever seen.
A lot of niggas like that. They don't be
And it's
dancing,
and
nothing. They
like
just clean.
and it's yeah, and don't get me wrong, like I mean, I get it. Like how you can't rap no heart and what else is there in that song? And the nigga just
You just
monotone
gotta
talking
pull
to
a
you.
gun out and
Yeah.
shoot into the air. That's all you can do.
He said every 4 bars, I'm just gonna let it go.
Pull out an AK and fire it into the sky.
Oh my god, I caught the bullet from the 21 Savage concert. Nigga just shot it straight up and let somebody catch it.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody caught it. All right. I feel like a lot of people
Every
really
terminal
don't
velocity.
understand the fact that when you shoot bullets in the air, they come down somewhere.
Allegedly, nigga.
Allegedly, I see niggas die from that.
Okay. Look,
No,
man, all I know is
we disputing science now.
this this
This nigga
gravity
an
shit don't
anti-vaxxer.
nah, this gravity shit don't work the way y'all niggas think it do, bro.
I'm
Telling you.
different. My bullets curve like wanted.
Yeah. I don't how you make
Speaking
them
of
do that?
curve, no, that's not going nowhere.
Speaking of Curto? Oh no. I'm sorry. Nah, yeah, you was gonna talk about the old cologne from back in the day?
No, I wasn't talking about nothing. I had to get that joke off.
Oh, but speaking of the old ass cologne from back then, you remember that shit? Like Curve and they had like a million different scents. Did y'all have that shit?
Yeah, from the gas station.
What like I'm trying to figure out how did they unanimously get that to every nigga in America? How like what was that from the
It's a
president? Where how did that
Yeah,
happen?
it's a government conspiracy because you only find them in the hood.
Well, nah, you would find them at like nah, hold up, let me think. Hold on,
Yeah,
let me
no, hold
think.
up, think. No,
Nah, no,
think.
no, 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 hold on. No,
No,
I seen it
think
at Walmart before. Nah, I seen it at Walmart.
Walmart is where low income niggas
Yeah, you're
be.
right. And TJ Maxx counters, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. This nigga, damn.
It's just like they say they put guns in liquor stores on every corner in the hood.
They put a curve in
Every
every
gas
gas
station and
station.
bodega
Oh
got
man.
curve, every flavor,
It's sickening what
every
they do to us, man.
fragrance.
Hold on, let
Yeah.
me adjust my mic real quick. It's gonna sound a little crazy, but bear with me.
Damn, that shit wild.
Okay,
This
all
shit
right.
sound crazy.
All right. It was let's but yeah, nah, that shit used to that
My
yo,
mom used
honest.
to have some curve.
Oh yeah, I used to have like the sampler joint with like all 8 flavors of them scents of
Like,
them shits.
no, you can
You
say flavors. We know you was drinking them.
Nah, no funny shit. One day I dead forgot the word like scents. So I was describing candles and I was like, it was like the
Orange flavored.
yeah, it was like vanilla flavor. Niggas
It's
was like
crazy how
flavor? I'm
it's
like, yeah.
crazy how we describe non-edible shit as flavors, but we describe Kool-Aid as colors. Yeah, the red one, the purple one. Go ahead and get you some of that blue Kool-Aid.
I ain't gonna call it tropical berry, baby. I mean, if it's blue or if it's purple, then that's what I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, go ahead and get you some of that purple drink.
So go ahead and get you some of that magenta.
And magenta.
That's when you mix the red with nah, nah, nah.
We used to mix Kool-Aid too, and it used to
Yeah,
throw people off every
can't
time they
give
came
away
to
the
our
tech.
house.
Can't give away the tech. Niggas be like, what flavor is this? I'm like, shh.
Gray.
Nah, that shit ancient family secret.
Nigga will open the fridge and it's a whole fucking container of a white liquid.
With a
Like
question mark on the container.
I drew the question mark myself, so niggas don't. It's a mystery,
I
even to
drew it with a
me.
Sharpie. Niggas just be like, why you got what's this? I shit you look at it, you be like, oh, I don't close the fridge, close that back. Close that back. I don't
You need to save that before the boss fight.
nah, that's the shit. You gotta drink that before the rapture, nigga.
Before the rapture.
That's the
Yeah, I
only
was.
be protecting you. That white
Speaking
mystery
of the
liquid.
rapture, I remember when I was a kid, I fucking whenever my mom would leave me home, uh I don't know why, I would just think the world ended. Like
I mean, in a sense, it did, right?
no, like if I would go 2 hours without any sort of human contact, if the
Oh yeah,
doorbell didn't ring, if the phone didn't ring, I'd be like,
yeah, yeah.
man, the rapture happened. I got left behind. God damn it, yo.
You don't
What
hear
the
no
fuck?
cars or nothing. Nigga just dead. You like,
You
bro,
just, they left me behind for real.
what have I been dead this whole time?
And I switched from
Oh,
Nickelodeon to the news just to make sure I still see people. I'm like, okay, I'm good for another 2 hours. But every 2 hours, like clockwork, we're like, I got left behind. Ain't this some shit?
what,
What I'm supposed to do, yo?
what
I'm
channel
8.
see you on?
Oh man, that was funny. I used
Nah,
to be dumb as shit as a kid.
nigga, every kid is dumb as shit. Nigga saying it like he uniquely stupid. Like, nigga, kids
Might
are
have
dumb.
knew.
Children are uniquely stupid. Like, it's a different breed of stupidity. Like, you just sometimes I just watch it in motion. You just look at this, look at this. Wow. Wow.
That's a dumbass nigga right there. Yeah,
This
come on, yeah.
no, 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 hold on. Let me see if he. No, of course not. No, of course not. Of course it didn't work, right? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, kids. I mean, that shit is funny as hell. It's funny as hell to watch a kid do something, and then to like when a kid asks you, "Oh, what you think I should do?" You like, no, don't. Nah, you got it, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to see you fuck this shit up more.
Yeah, no, bro. Nah, you the architect, bro. You got the vision, fool. I'm just chilling.
You the main character. We all NPCs.
Like, I'm just a supporting actor, bro.
That remind me of that one video that I can't remember that nigga name. The crazy nigga with the face tattoos. And he was walking down the street. He's like, I keep telling you, bro, the world is full of NPCs. They
I'm talking
can't be
about
real
daylight.
people.
I'm screaming
Yeah.
the battle rapper.
And then the nigga walked by. Like, the only way you could describe the nigga was an NPC because the way the nigga was
Nah,
walking.
it was, bro. That was
That was
bot behavior.
definitely
That was for sure bot behavior.
who was just bouncing down the street like that.
Seen bot behavior though. Like I've seen niggas in supermarket. Like I seen one time,
Oh
yo,
yeah.
I seen a lady in the aisle, right? Like in like a shop, right? And she was like looking at some box of pasta and all this shit and all this. So me and my mom went to like 2 separate aisles, came back, and I came back to the aisle. Literally, like maybe 4 or 5 minutes later, she's in the same spot with the same box, or maybe it was the same box. I don't even know. But I just seen her in the exact same spot, still reading the box, and I'm like, whoa. How you? Hello? I'm just
You what
sitting there
happened
looking
was you was in a low power area of the simulation. Because areas where there don't be a lot
like,
of
hello.
people, they just turn it down a little bit so they don't got to use that much computing power. Because they got to save most of the computing power for places like Florida and Russia where niggas just be wilding out.
Florida.
So every once in a while, you just get to an area where
Got the
the
AMD
the
super.
simulation is just like, let's turn it down to about a 12%. We don't need too much shit. So you just don't see niggas standing around. A
Just
lot of the times when you walking down the street and you see niggas just like looking crazy or like laying down, they not even crackheads. They just NPCs cooling out.
they just don't got no commands to the
They
NPCs. Like
got no
I don't know
they,
what I'm supposed to do on my own, so
they just standing there.
I'm gonna just be random.
I'm just gonna stare at this box of pasta until somebody give me a command.
So somebody give me a command.
If you would have went up and touched that lady, she would have fell over and shattered the computer code.
Nah, shit. If I'd have touched her, she would have looked at me. She would have looked at me. What's next?
I need to know. What do I do next?
But nah, yo, it'd be funny as hell to me because I always think about that the conspiracy theory that we're in a big simulation. I'm just like, yo, listen, if that's really the case, can we like let's figure something
We
out. Like
can't do
let's
nothing
figure no,
because
no,
the
no, I
niggas in
know that. I
charge.
know that. I know that. I'm
Yeah,
talking to those niggas, right? Because theoretically they would hear this corner of the simulation. I don't know. This is a plea, a plea for
shut it
help.
down.
This is a plea for help from our simulation runners. It's just
Please
like,
just
hey,
shut it down. You've got
no,
enough data, right?
don't just shut it down because I don't know what that means for us.
No, I know what it means. Shut it down. You got enough
No,
data.
you couldn't possibly know what it means.
It means nothing. We don't die. We just
How you
go
gonna
into
mean nothing?
nothingness.
Hmm?
If we're computer programs, what happens when you delete a program?
You one of them? Hmm? Hmm?
Hmm.
You said a
Do you
computer program, nigga.
do you know what
You
happens after the recycling bin?
oh my goodness. This nigga think the intergalactic supercomputer work like a regular Mac.
Why wouldn't it?
Be y'all won.
Yo, speaking of intergalactic supercomputers, have you heard of a theory called Roku's Basilisk?
I don't know, but I like the word basilisk, so keep going.
Roku's Basilisk is a thought experiment that someone came up on some 4chan board, and the theory goes like this, and it's very fucking creepy and scary if it was true, which is not obviously, but they were saying at some point in the future there's going to be a super advanced AI that eventually takes over the world and creates a simulation, kind of like people saying that we're in a simulation now, right?
Mhm.
So this AI gets so advanced and so smart that it analyzes all of human civilization and it looks up everybody's online footprint, right? So it gets mathematical. I don't know. They get a picture of everybody that has ever lived
Yeah,
on Earth.
they're so advanced, it's easy. It's not
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So they have everybody. So what they're saying is this AI at some point is going to go rogue and is going to get angry. And what they were saying was if while you're currently alive, you didn't do everything within your possible power to help this AI come into existence, then in the future, after you're already dead, this AI will create a copy of you, which you won't know it's a copy of you. You're just going to think it's you. You're going to think you're you. So this AI is going to create a copy of you and torture you for all of eternity because he just tight mad that you didn't help. Man, this nigga even try to help me get created. Torture. So basically, if you're not doing everything you can right now to help some fictional AI in the future get created, your consciousness is going to get tortured in the year 3000 just because you didn't do enough to help this computer program get created. And so many people actually believe this theory is true that they're actually going through every avenue possible to delete their entire online presence. They don't want their online presence to be traceable by any means because they don't want to be you know, they don't want their consciousness to be tortured in the future. Like, even though it's not them, you're gonna think it's you, and you're gonna feel it
Oh, okay,
digitally in the
okay,
future.
okay. Enough. This
It's
is the
insane,
silliest
right?
shit I have ever fucking heard of in my life. And I feel like I have lost so many brain cells in the last minute and 20s. This is the silliest shit I have ever heard. The
Hey,
silliest, like
we were talking
bar
about
none.
AI overlords.
Because I'm just like, to me, you know what my problem with a lot of like when you talk about like I guess galactic or universal conspiracy theories, like when you get to that scale, I always hate how humans insert their humanity into it. Because it's like, what makes you think this super AI is capable of getting mad? Why wouldn't it just erase that feature from why would it need the anger? You get what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck?
Niggas, nobody knows because it hasn't been done.
Right, but my
Niggas
whole
just
point
they
is
base their
what
whole shit about
superpower
AI
AI
off of
is going to
Sky
allow itself to act out of an emotion that it
out
created
of
for
vengeance.
itself. It created the emotion because it's a
Exactly.
fucking
If you
AI.
don't, why would
What are
you
we
give it
talking
emotions? Is it just gonna grow emotion? Well, actually, there have been AI that have grown emotions. That does happen.
about? Sure, but my whole point is, yeah, you grow all of them, and then at what point? Like, it's just
At one point, do you decide I'm better than this and delete the emotion?
like,
Right?
bro, this makes no sense. Like, that's always my, and that was always my problem with a lot of these, like, because I remember there was a couple where they were like, "Oh, aliens are gonna come back and they're gonna invade the planet," blah blah, and I'm like, "No, that's
Why
what
would they
you
do that?
motherfuckers would do.
Exactly.
That's
Why
what
would an
you niggas
advanced
would do."
civilization capable of intergalactic travel
I'm like,
come
bro,
here and
I could
enslave the
do
planet?
all of that and smoke you niggas in terraseconds or some silly shit,
Nigga,
right?
they could smoke the whole planet and we wouldn't even see it
Right.
coming.
If
They
I
could
could
send a neutron bomb down and destroy the whole planet.
exactly. So my whole thing is I'm like, what's the motivation? And that's the whole thing. Maybe these things don't even need to be motivated. Maybe they just operate on one function. It doesn't matter. Maybe they just destroy things. But like my
Exactly.
whole
Maybe
point,
they
what
just
get me
operate on a calling higher than we can understand. And
they're just
it's just
like
one nigga's job to just destroy.
he's just like, nah, listen, there's a balance in the universe, right? And I'm not
Listen,
gonna
the
hold you. Earth was long overdue, but y'all one of my favorite
exactly.
planets, so I let y'all rock for a little while. 2021 years to be exact. But listen, yeah, that contract is, my boss on my ass. He talking about something. I gotta handle that. So,
The
uh,
universe is constantly expanding. So you know we gotta like if it's moving constantly to the right, what do you think happens to the stuff on the left? We gotta shave that off the board, baby.
hey, you know what I
Y'all
mean?
right
We
at
gotta
the
clip it.
edge.
We gotta clip it.
You gotta
But that
clip
was
it.
my thing because I think the only like theory, and I don't even, I assume it is a theory, but it's like they were saying like it's like a sweet spot, right, where life can exist. And for that sweet spot, like we're in it, and then you slowly glide in and glide out of it. Now, obviously, slowly is relative because slow on this scale is enough lifetimes for all of our fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? Like slow on this scale could be a thousand years.
Yeah,
Slow on this scale
exactly.
could be 15,000 years. So it's like, but I did read something where they were talking about a planet, and I wish I could remember what planet it was. I'd have to look back into it, but it was basically a planet where like it was like oil based. The whole planet, like it was like it was like basically pools. Like it would rain oil. For a long story
Mm.
short, to make it long, niggas is like, yo, Exxon will go wow with this shit, but it was like it was all rain and oil. And so basically, we're saying like it's possible that this planet has somewhat similar conditions to Earth. So basically, we're saying like it's possible that again, and this is totally just made up, but it's a possibility.
Yeah.
There could be an oil-based life form, right? So what if there's oil-based beings, right? And I'm not talking about like single cell organisms. I'm talking about
Yeah, you talking
fully
about niggas,
like
oil
me,
niggas,
yeah, oil man,
oil man.
oil niggas. I'm screaming.
I can see that.
He said like BP, nah, like oil nigga, like from the oil.
I feel like people look at evolution very one dimensionally and they look at it like when people think about aliens, they think they're going to be similar to us because we only know about our evolution. But like you said, a whole planet where it rains oil, why wouldn't there be like we're 70% water? It
Right,
rains
they're
water. Most of the
70%
world is
oil.
water.
Oil could be the weight. That's oil is their water,
Exactly.
and they've got a whole different oxygen. They've got a whole different nitrogen. You know what I mean? Like whatever element
Exactly. Yeah.
plays that role over there. And I mean, yeah, to me, that's why I feel like our understanding of the world in that aspect is so minute. That's why, like,
Hmm.
it's so ridiculous that we waste our billions on all this stupid shit that we wasted on when it's like, bro, there's like we'll never know it all. it won't matter. You can dedicate your life like 90, 100 years. Say you find out how to last for 200 years. You can dedicate 200 full years of being just Jeff Bezos and spending like, yo, I'm gonna spend every last dollar of my fortune on just discovering the wildest shit in this universe, on this planet, so on and so forth. And you discover a slew of wild shit, but you would still never even crack the surface. You wouldn't even like it's so much. Like just the oceans alone, nigga. You could spend billions, discover so much shit in the ocean, and still have to deal with the moon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still have to deal with everything else. So it's like that's always just the nutty part to me where it's like I feel like we don't even get like, bro, like we think about it. When did Galileo and all them niggas see the shit through the telescopes? That was like 900 or like 1,000? Like what year was that? Like my whole point being is that like our definition of like physics and a lot of this shit has only lasted for maybe 1,000 years. We've only known it for 1,200 years or 1,800 years or 1,500 years. So it's like, bro,
Yeah.
again, on a cosmic scale, that's nothing. It's nothing. So it's like, bro, we might have like 3% game completion. You know what I'm saying? Or like 3% knowledge completion. And we sitting here thinking, nah, this is definitely how it worked, bro. Come on, it's gravity, bro. Gravity is just we know how gravity works. Yeah, until you go somewhere else where it don't work like that. And then
Exactly.
y'all
It's
have
gonna be
no air.
different on another planet.
Niggas look at another planet like, hey, look, bro, the gravity's so weird there, like your blood vessels would just clot instantly, and you, I don't know.
What?
And you just
I'm
like, but
not.
why though? You said gravity. I don't even.
I
It
don't
don't
know.
make sense. The
It's just
planet's not
different.
supposed to do that. Like the based on the size, it's
The
supposed to be
gravity
bumping
goes
up.
sideways, it don't go up and down. So your
Yeah,
blood is expanding inside your body.
I don't even. I'm not sure why. No one knows why. And sometimes the gravity just changes directions. We don't know what that's about either. Nigga go spend a whole week with the gravity on down, and that shit. Nigga wake up, his bed sliding all the way to the left. Oh shit, we on left now?
Oh, bro, we supposed to get an announcement. The government's supposed to warn us when it's gonna switch.
But can
Niggas
you imagine how
slacking.
they got a whole society built around just gravity changing? Like on a monthly basis, niggas got buildings built around this. So like when the shit changes and changes overnight, it'll just the shit'll drop into the right spot.
That
See,
would be
look,
kind of interesting.
that's a great sci-fi idea. Look at that.
I'm stealing it. It's
Go
stolen.
ahead, steal it. Do
I
something with
already
it.
wrote it.
Do something with please. Live I will live through you. Just invite me to the premiere. That's all I ask. That's
Yeah,
all I
you'll be
ask.
the guest of honor. I'll have you in the projector room where nobody can see you.
You gonna give me writing credits too, or are we talking capitalism?
Capitalism. I'll put your name in the
No,
credits
no. Fully
somewhere.
understandable. Fully understandable.
Yeah.
Fully understandable.
U.S. consumerism wins.
Counter terrorists win.
That is still the funniest shit in the world to me.
It's even funnier because I used to play that game like consistently. So it was just like the first time I saw it, I just was dying and laughing. Especially when I seen it was I think I read an article like when I first saw that, like where they were saying within Counter-Strike, the actual game, people were like there was like a marketplace to sell skins and like knife skins, gun skins, all this stuff, and people were literally money laundering through the market that they had. And I was just I forgot I was young when I read that. I was probably in like 2021 when I read that. I'm like, what? You niggas what? And I'm thinking like, wait, what? Like what is going on here? All right. Yeah, George said they still are. I believe it. Why would
Yeah.
they stop? Why would they
Why would
stop?
they stop it? How can they
Yeah, of
stop
course
it?
not. Yeah, exactly. Right. Nigga like, no, no, no. This is a commemorative skin. It's $98,000 because and then he's gonna give you some long-winded excuse. And really it's 98,000 because look, my man owe me some money. You know what I mean? And like I don't want them to track it. So
They do that in more than just Counter Strike. They
oh
do
yeah,
that in
well, yeah. Think about Counter-Strike
where's
is
this other
comedian.
game, Eva Online or something, where
Oh,
like
EVE
they have
Online. Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
houses
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah, yeah.
something niggas sold like a rare pet that not a lot of niggas had for over 100,000 real dollars.
I'm sure niggas do it with everything that has an online marketplace. I'm sure gets used like this. I'm sure WoW probably get used like that.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'm sure anything where like you can be like, yo, I'll pay 7,000 real dollars for it, and the game like facilitates that. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like it's like, what do you even ask the games to do? What do you ask them to do to change this? Like, how do
You
you?
can't like unless you want them to take it off the. You can't. What
Because
can
at
you
that
do?
point, you got to violate privacy in order to change that. Like, that's the only way you can really do anything about it.
Yeah.
But that's just nuts. Because like I remember when someone's mentioned that about art, and it was the same realization I
Oh
had. I was
yeah.
like, I was like, oh, that's why that weak ass shit is $8 million. I'm like, oh my goodness, it all makes sense.
You know what really made me realize that Tenet.
I didn't watch Tenet. Not yet.
I didn't watch Tenet.
Nah, because I know it's confusing. I'm gonna have to watch it multiple times. So it's like I'm gonna wait for the right time to watch it the
It
first.
wasn't that confusing. I got it on my first time, but you got to be sober. You
Bro,
can't.
yo, my shit don't be moving that quick. I ain't gonna hold you. Brain machine, a little flustered.
If I would have had one shot of vodka, I wouldn't have understood anything in that movie. You got to be crystal clear watching that movie.
If a nigga cracked a beer in the same room as me, I would have lost the point.
If I smell somebody smoking 2 blocks away, I'm not getting none of this
He said
shit.
if a Heineken was sold at the liquor store down the street, I would not have been able to pay attention.
But no, you gotta watch it. It was a good movie, and it forces home the point that you were making about art being money laundering. Because one of the big parts of that movie is, other than saving the world, is a part of the way they save the world is through smuggling art. That was like a 30-minute part of the movie. They
took it
had a
like
whole
a year.
plan about art. Yeah.
Niggas was like, yeah, they took their time. They was like, no, we want y'all to get this. I want y'all to really sit with this.
He was trying to tell us something.
And he wasn't trying, nigga. They told you. They spent
They
30
they, they
minutes on
did
it. They
it.
clearly told you.
They did it.
But yeah, no, that shit is just so nutty to me. Like, I'm just like, yo, it's money in everything. Every single, like, when you think about like in 2005, right? Like, there was money in everything, of course. We were too young to really realize it. But like now, when I say money in everything, it's like everything's been monetized. Every
Yeah.
aspect from top to bottom. Before it was just like, the usual, right? It was like we got all the shit at the top, maybe on the second level below that, and then for that, it's like, to me, I treated it like a business, right? Where like the CEO and the VP, they didn't really know what was going on here. It was the regional niggas who were the kings. And
Yeah.
then
Exactly.
once it opened up to just everybody gets in everywhere, now the VPs and the CEOs like, nah, hold on, let me get some of that bread you've been getting, nigga. And so now it's monetized from top to bottom. So now the regional nigga got to make his money. So he jugs the nigga below him who's got to make his money. So he jugs the nigga, and it's just every aspect is monetized. But
It's trickle down economics. This is what Reagan wanted. At the end, the customer is fucked. Everybody at the top jugging from top to bottom. So the customer at the end is who gets fucked over.
yo, I seen one and somebody was like, yo, someone said Ronald Reagan's still alive. That nigga's still president. I started dying because they were saying the policies are basically the same shit with a couple, social throwaways here. Like, all right,
Mhm.
these black people need some. All right, look, invite Jeezy to the White House. Invite Jeezy to the White House, man. Please, bro. I just don't want to hear this no more. Oh, you gonna get Jeezy? Okay, cool. You gonna get Wale too? Oh yeah, that's good thinking,
Listen,
yo.
listen, listen. I know we want to keep the White House white, but if we're gonna have to get a black in here. If we want to dispel all the racism rumors, we're gonna have to get a black in here.
I mean, Jeezy was a good selection.
No, I'm
He
talking about a
was.
black president. They
Yeah.
were talking about Obama.
Told you, that never happened. That's not. But anyway, um, yo, you think they should repaint the White House? I really do, because that shit not drippy. Like
Oh
it should
shit,
kind of.
whack.
It should need to be like light blue, but like chromatic blue, just on some silly shit.
I want it to be like olive green, no forest green,
Okay.
but matte forest green
Ooh, this nigga
with
sick.
some matte
You gonna
like
get the black camo?
sand. No, no,
I want
with
the
some like
digital
matte
camo.
sand like pillars in yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nah, they would look. Niggas would be mad if I got first thing. I'd say some silly shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I would just do something really minute to piss people off. I'm like, all right, they got a rose garden. Take all the flowers out this shit, lame ass flowers. I'm about to put some hard shit in here.
Ain't that literally what Melania Trump did? And people were mad at her.
Yo,
And
they
she
were
white, so they're gonna crucify
people
you.
were so mad at her. They were accidentally mad at immigrants in general. Like, that was the wildest part about it. Like, they were so mad at her. They were like, this bitch not even from here and shit. I'm like, whoa, buddy, is that what we're going with? We going with she not an immigrant, so she can't. Bro, her husband's the president. What do you? What do you mean? Like, if you disagree with the selection, then disagree with the selection, my nigga. But niggas is like, she an immigrant. She doesn't know the traditions. And I'm like, listen, quite frankly, I don't care about the traditions either. If you pull up and decide, nah, put some tulips in this shit, man. Fuck it. What they got in here? Yeah.
Who
My
the
wife
fuck
like daisy,
cares
nigga.
what plants are in front of the White House?
Some niggas who want to get mad at immigrants. That's really what it was about.
That's yeah.
So look
Cause
at this
look,
border hopper who's
y'all
never been in the. I'm like, whoa.
y'all got the nigga y'all wanted in office, but y'all still so mad at immigrants that you gonna talk shit about the president's wife. I kind of fuck with the commitment. I'll give y'all that. Y'all got it.
It was liberals mostly though. It wasn't too many.
What were liberals mad about?
No, they were just again. It was just an excuse. You gotta understand, right? People will say it's about the garden, but then they'll show you what it's about, right? So then, if you say it's about the garden, and then you start with some, she not even from here, and that's what it's about. You feel like she's a foreigner, and as a foreigner, she can't change it, right? But niggas will dance around it.
Yeah.
That's the shit I always hate though. Not just with politics, but I feel like because we've seen so much of that from Trump and all these other niggas, it's now like infected every like local people. People actually operate this way, right? Where like people will say it's one thing and then just show it to you, like show you that it's clearly not that. And then even when you highlight the two, like, yo, do you see how these two don't meet? Like what you're saying it is versus how you're moving don't actually link up. So there's clearly a disconnect here, and you don't actually mean that, but like
But you saying that.
you saying that. You going with that as the reason. You pretending it's about this. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that's about or what do you even do about that? Because I feel like logic isn't really you can't win it with logic because they're not interested in logic.
So there's not a real way to win unless we address a deeper issue, which we'll never do. So
Yeah. Well, on that note, I don't have any witty transitions.
we are, you know, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Hey, look, we are what about 40
No,
minutes in here?
going. I had a topic I wanted to talk about before going back to uh advanced alien civilizations like 4 topics ago.
Like the one I made. Can't get into it. Keep going.
Has no, hold on now. No, we're not gonna gloss over
He
that.
said, can't get into it. Next question.
Have you heard about the singularity point theory?
No.
So there's a theory in physics that
Wait, did this
ev-
one come off for 4chan too? Because if it did, I'm gonna spaz.
no, this
Okay.
that wasn't a theory. I said that was a social experiment.
Oh, well, either whatever it was the silliest shit I've ever heard. But go ahead.
No, this is a real theory in experimental physics. It's called the singularity point, and the theory goes that at some point in every intelligent civilization,
Hmm.
there's something called a singularity point. And what it basically is it's either a point where your civilization is going to be destroyed and your whole species is going to go extinct, or you survive and make a scientific breakthrough that makes it possible for you to basically
Okay.
get intergalactic travel. And so, what a lot of scientists, when a lot of scientists bring this theory up, they bring it up to say that there are aliens, but we'll never see them because they are so advanced. They have no fucking reason to come back here and fuck with us. Once your society gets to the point, the singularity point,
Yeah, they
either
passed what
you're
they said.
going to crumble or you're going to go through and you're going to be more advanced.
And once
And
you get there, there's no reason to go back.
exactly. And
Although, but how do we
scientists
know
are
that last
saying that we're maybe on the cusp of our singularity point, and they're saying we might hit it sometime in the next 100 years. So the singularity point
that makes
is
sense.
not, it's not, so like a lot of people think it's like an extinction event. It's not just any extinction event. We can get wiped out before we get to the
Yeah,
singularity
no,
point.
I'm reading the mathematical definition, and even when you apply that to
It
what you're
still
saying,
makes
it makes
sense.
sense. Like the
Yeah,
mathematical definition is a point at which a given mathematical object is not defined. right? That doesn't mean you're gone. It just means we don't know what happens.
Exactly.
Or a point where the mathematical object ceases to be well behaved in some particular way,
And
such
if
as
niggas
by
get fucking
lacking,
intergalactic travel, we're not gonna be well behaved no more.
ooh,
We're gonna be all over the place.
such as by lacking analyticity, right? Like the ability to analyze.
The ability to even check on it.
Mm,
Exactly.
mm.
And
This
see,
nigga spitting, y'all.
a lot of people confuse extinction event with singularity event. The two are not
No,
parallel.
I'll tell you what the
We can
extinction
get an
event
extinction
would be.
event like say climate change
Oh,
before
I'll
we
tell
even
you what
make
it's
it to this.
when they
What's
mandate that coochie government that's it. That's the one.
that's we
And it's
getting
not for
wiped
the
out the
reasons you
planet.
think. It's not for the reasons you think.
No, it's
Believe
just
me.
society is gonna grind to a halt because niggas just gonna be fucking.
Remember when they said
Ain't gonna
when
be
the
no more
object
science.
ceases to be well behaved? Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
the
gonna be it.
singularity point is government mandated coochie.
I promise. I promise.
We should probably describe what that is, because if niggas don't know what that is, it sounds kind of weird.
Oh, government. No, it's like a voucher, right? The government gives you a
And
voucher.
I forgot what country was that? What was it? The Netherlands,
The
was it?
Netherlands, yeah. Did we
Or
even like you know what's funny? I when I read shit like that, I almost not don't want to believe it. So it's like I feel like I want to fact check that because I don't know if that's really a thing.
oh
Like,
no, fact checking, yeah. They said disabled people sex is a human right, so the government was providing disabled people with vouchers to have sex with sex workers. They provide
mhm,
them with 12 vouchers a year and once a month, so niggas can get their rocks off once a month because
Jesus.
sex is a human right.
Christ. But I feel like and I'd be curious to know, and I'm sure you again you wouldn't fucking know, but I'd be curious to know what legalization of prostitution has done to human trafficking. Like, what does it do? Like, does it make it harder? You know what I mean? Does it alter that? Like I don't know. I'd just be curious to see.
That's a good
Um
question. I mean, you if it's, I feel like it would still go on, like even
no, it
if
has to because there's these are $1 billion industry. It like you could ban anything overnight, and if it's $1 billion industry, nigga, that shit is not stopping when you think it is. It doesn't.
yeah,
It
like
doesn't.
even in places where prostitution is legal,
Yeah, people can still
you're
be trapped.
still traffic.
Yeah,
Exactly, you're still
yeah.
trapped. So I don't think
You
that
can
shit
still
will
traffic
ever
someone
go
against
away.
their will, regardless. Yeah, no, it'll
Yeah,
never go away. I'm just curious to know what the numbers look like, or if there's any sort of I don't know.
like any type of data on places where prostitution is 100% legal. What what's the number of people y'all saved from sex trafficking?
Right, because to me, that's what I'm worried. Like, I'm not. There's no other metric that I genuinely give a shit about when it comes to legalization of prostitution. If I'm being honest,
Yeah,
like
no.
I'm sure crime might come with it because some niggas are just terrible people, and the same terrible people are the people who go down to these places, and not all of them, of course, but you gotta understand, a lot of these people come to these places because they know no one cares here. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like they'll go to the places where the sex workers are because they understand. All right, the police ain't gonna do nothing. So if that changes, I wonder does well, no, of course, if that changes, then yeah, it changes everything.
Yeah, because like think about the amount of violence against sex workers in places like Nevada where brothels are open and there's bodyguards there
Yeah, that's
versus
true. That's
like
true.
New York prostitutes walking down the street at night.
And plus, I can only think to myself, like, just legalizing it would just give it structure and legitimacy, right? That's all it
Yeah.
really does. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna end up in a better situation because you could end up working for somebody and he's taking a cut of what you make, and so you're being legally pimped at this point, and
Yeah.
you're making less money than you did when you were. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it'd be interesting.
The world's just a fucked up place in general.
Yeah, sure. Is. I
Even
mean,
when you make some shit legal,
yeah,
government
yeah, yeah.
gonna find a way to fuck it up.
That's never enough. But, and it was weird because I feel like the only reason why it stays illegal is just because it's like it's just no one wants to address it, right? Like it's just one of those things where everyone participates in it, everyone has sex, everyone is interested in the art of sex workers, right? And let's be real here. Listen, I've done reports, I've seen the stats, guys. I've seen what websites are in the top 15. I know which ones globally, nigga.
Put them on the spot.
Can't do it. I can't do it. That's free promo. I ain't gonna do it
No,
for
no,
them.
no, not the websites. Put the niggas who specifically
Oh.
put their names out there for everybody.
You ever seen a nigga on Pornhub? You tell me now. But yeah, nah. So it's like it's something that everyone consumes. Like it's like we live in this weird reality where everyone knows it, everyone consumes it, everyone's taking part in it. It's part of everyone's life, and yet we just pretend like it's like the weirdest and wildest and most obscene thing to address. And it's like I don't know, it shit makes no sense to me.
I mean, when you say we, it's just America because, like I said, over there in the Netherlands, it's nationally legal.
It
Like
damn
here,
sure
it's
ain't just
legal in
America.
some places.
It's a
Yeah, no,
lot of
exactly.
places where sex work is they going no. And
They
it's
go
I mean, mind you,
hard.
like I said, it's the oldest profession. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that and like philosophers are the oldest professions. A nigga just talking
Niggas
shit.
sitting around thinking,
Yeah, niggas sit
and
around thinking and talking and Gucci. Yeah.
what else is there?
Before there was anything else, it was niggas talking and coochie. That was it. That's what we started with. We started with all philosophers and sex workers, and now niggas wanna be lawyers.
We are the descendants of our forefathers. Me and you, we just sitting around talking shit.
Our fathers were potters.
Nigga, I would philosophize around Socrates, nigga. I know way more than that nigga now.
Of course you do, nigga.
I would go back to fucking
That nigga had
ancient.
one library to choose from, nigga. You got the internet.
I would go back and fry this nigga, yo.
You go
I
back
want
to
to get in a debate with this nigga.
you like, bro, that's a straw man. You don't even know what you yo, that's ad hominem. Look at you. Look, bro, you just
Look, bro. Do
and
y'all want to
those
talk?
words ain't even things yet. So he just like just
What
saying
is he
shit.
saying? You know who I don't think I could fry if I go back in time?
Uh,
Uh,
I didn't have anything silly. Go ahead.
Freud.
Oh, Freud was just he was shameless. You can't fry him.
You know, this the funny thing is there's a meme on the internet whenever somebody says some shameless shit. Like
Yeah, you
people
can't.
always talk about fucking their moms for some reason on the internet. And every
Which
time
which
somebody
which
comes out and says,
which internet? Which internet you on?
I just see some shit on Twitter.
Alright, keep going.
It
Keep going over
just
there though.
every time somebody says some wild shit, somebody always comes out and says, "Yo, y'all have got to stop making Freud right. He can't keep getting away with it." And I'm just like, he can't be stopped. No matter how many times y'all try to disprove this man, somebody come out and want to fuck their mom, yo.
Yeah, I
The
mean, and
Oedipus
that's the thing.
complex.
The funniest part is like he had something with it. I wouldn't even say probably he had something with it, but then this nigga just decided he had one hit, right?
He exactly. He's
He
just
had one
revolving
hit.
all of it
Yeah,
around that. I'm like, bro.
it's like, bro, imagine if Soulja Boy did crank that Soulja Boy, right? And instead of everyone else making the remixes, he did. Let's say he made every single crank that we heard. He made crank that Yank, then crank that Batman, then crank
Crank
that
that
Superman,
juggernaut.
then crank that. Let's say Soulja Boy himself made that. We would have just looked at this nigga like, dog, enough.
He made the Little Wayne version. He made crank that Wheezy Wee.
Yeah, but that was only one. But that's my
No,
whole
no, no,
thing.
no. I'm joking, saying he. What if he made that?
Oh. But yeah, I'm sure Freud was at the parties. Niggas was doing all types of shit. Somebody slizzer, nigga stumbling all over the place. And they're like, oh shit, look at him. See, look, he wanna fuck his mom. Told you. Told you. I look her do it. Niggas just like, bro, what? This
He
has
just
nothing. Nah, he just missed his
no.
mom.
You just wait. You wait till the night. The more he drink, it's gonna come out. You are gonna see it.
And then it never do. But then it do that one time at like the 100 niggas he accused, and they be like, all right, well.
He not even gonna say nothing about his mom. He just gonna pick a girl that kind of sort of look like his mom. And Freud gonna be there with the pipe, like, see, I told you.
They got a picture of his mom hanging. What I tell you? What I tell you? What I tell you? My pieces don't miss, and they always miss,
They always miss.
but yeah, that's the shit I always think about, like just the mindset that niggas had back then. Like even back then, like they didn't even niggas didn't even recognize autism, right? Like they just depending on what culture you go to, right? The way they describe like autism is some people like revered it and some
Yeah,
people
some
just
people.
like were confused. They were just treated them like others. But I seen
Yeah,
one where like they looked at autistic people as like magic. They treated them like fairies. They used to call them like fairies, right? Because they was just like nah, like their concerns are just not of this
that's
world.
how we got that trope in Hollywood of the Rain Man, the autistic superpower, where some people
Mm,
think autism is the
really?
next step in human evolution.
Huh.
Like they're thinking different.
So I
So like
imagine that's representation, but it's not
it's
necessary.
It's like
it's kind of
fetishization.
it's good, obviously, but okay, I can see.
Yeah, like so they have
Hmm.
they don't conform to social norms and they can't communicate well, but they're really good at math or they can analyze language really well.
So it
I'm
makes
like,
sense. So
that's
people are like,
not a
oh no,
bad thing, but
he has a higher purpose because he's just not concerned with like manners and speaking to people. He just loves math. That's it, my nigga.
exactly.
He just here to calculate and calculate and keep calculating.
Exactly. It's
But
like it's a stereotype, but it's not harmful like black people in fried chicken. It's like Asians are good at math, autistic
well,
people are
no, it's
good
definitely
with
harmful because when
numbers.
you're not, then niggas will be like, well, then what are you good for? And you be like, oh
N-
shit, my bad.
Damn. But I
My bad.
guess I'm useless. I'll perish. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I mean, that do be how it is. Let's be real here. Let's say you right. And luckily, I'm sure none of us have been in this situation. But let's say a white girl dating you because she done heard some things about black people, right? And let's say you know you
And then
whip something
you
whip
don't
something
got
out, and it ain't necessarily what she heard. Yeah, she gonna be tight. She for sure gonna be tight. Now, wrongfully, that's her fault. I don't care. Like I said, it's the Jim behind me. You gonna suck whatever come out these drugs, whatever. Um, but yeah, no. So I mean, it can be harmful for sure. Because I'm sure, look, especially if you were Asian and you getting B's in math class, and you just like, and your parents looking at you like, yo, you fucking dummy, you dumbass nigga. And you like, bruh, it's just a B. Like, I'm getting A's everywhere else. I'm getting a B here, and like violation. Like, I don't get it.
yeah, it's definitely a harsh reality.
So it
I
makes
was
sense.
watching I watch a lot of true crime videos on YouTube, like, like every other person in the world, because that's everybody's personality now.
That's all of our hobbies, by the
It's
way.
only two personalities, The Office or true crime. That's it.
I'm glad to be neither, but go ahead.
Yeah, I watch a lot of true crime, and I watched like three stories back to back about like mass murders in Japan, and every single one stemmed from their parents belittling them for not performing well in school. And
Really?
it's like, yeah, I just thought that was insane. Like that's crazy. They're like their culture is so different. They really take academics and going to university and getting a good job. They
Oh
take
yeah.
it 30 billion times more serious than we do in America.
Yeah, I remember I seen like a documentary about not too long ago about Japan where they were talking about like the mental health crisis that they're having and that's been basically exacerbated by the pandemic. Because think about it, before the pandemic, right? It was this culture that you speak of, right? Where it's like you work your ass off, you take no breaks, you gotta grind. You
Hmm.
grind, you grind, you grind, you grind. And of course that grinds motherfuckers down. Niggas be 36 feeling like they 80 because
Yeah,
they just like, dog, I've been grinding my ass off for the last 20 years since I was fucking 12 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then you add that and then you combine that with, what everybody felt during the pandemic. You know what I mean? Whether that be losing your job or just, staying inside, you don't see nobody, no social contact, all that shit.
yeah.
And they were basically talking about how over there, like the issue that they were having, like, there were a lot of people who were just trying to make it seem like, oh, well, damn, like the pandemic did this to us, blah, blah. And the lady was like, no, nigga, you are missing the point. The culture before this set the groundwork for everything. The pandemic literally was just the cherry. That shit was the icing.
Yeah,
That was just that was it. That was the final one. That was the straw that broke the camel back. But nigga, you were gonna blow. You were going to blow at it might have just happened maybe 4 years from now, as opposed to now.
you just got it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, because that pandemic shut shit down. But I mean, I think, moving forward, that's gonna be some shit that but then again, that's how you also see they're monetizing that, right? Because you see all these people who they're not actual therapists, right? But like they offer services like mental health services, quote unquote. And so it's the same thing, right? You monetize every single aspect. Every issue you create, you gotta monetize it.
Yeah,
Come on now. And even if you didn't create it, even if it just spun up naturally, shit, still gotta monetize it.
that's just the society we live in.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to figure out a way to
even
monetize stupidity, but it's like I don't want to be I don't know.
I mean, ain't this kind of it?
Yeah. Okay, you got a point.
I don't think there's a better. I mean, unless you become a stand-up comedian. I've always thought about becoming a stand-up comedian, but I don't know, just random fears stop me from doing it. Because they're definitely funny, but
I think my only
I
fear
don't
is
know if
like,
I could take going on stage and bombing.
yeah, what happened if I get to the stage and I spit my shit and it's funny, y'all niggas don't laugh? Because then we
Like, I
got a
know this
problem.
shit is funny. It worked on other people.
Nah,
Y'all not laughing on
I don't
purpose?
care if it didn't work on nobody. This shit hilarious. You niggas wrong. The fuck?
Yeah,
My
I'd be
pieces
mad as
always
hell.
hit. Like I said, I never
Always.
spit a joke. Nah, that's like that shit used to be the worst. I remember when you was in like high school, you was at a little kickback or something, and you just not spit a joke, but you just say something thinking it's funny, and niggas is just like, yeah. And you just like, oh shit, okay, damn. I'm gonna shut
That's
the
what we
fuck up.
doing?
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna die. Matter of fact,
Oh
that'd be
my
better
God.
probably. But I'm just like, that shit used to be a killer, nigga. When you spit something, you're like, yeah, okay, that ain't hit. That ain't hit. Ooh, yeah, swinging and
We're
miss.
going to circle back around. Okay.
That's
All
like the
right.
shit where like something in the football game, the announcer, oh no, what is he doing? Yo, you ever seen that video of Denzel Valentine on the Bulls taking a shot and the announcers are so disgusted with the shot. They're like, no, 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 what do you no, that's the right shot. And like because it was literally like 30 seconds left in the game. It was clutch time, nigga. And this nigga came up, pulled up, and he heard what's that song? There goes our hero. He heard that shit in his hands. He pulled up the
He's like,
court.
I'm about to take the
Yo, I
shot.
got this nigga Mamba mentality. I'm about to train this shit, bro. I'm about to pull it. He pull it. Shot looks awful. I think it shit hit the backboard. Like this shit
Oh
was just
man.
bad. And they rebounded it and literally announced, no, why would you no? That is not
I
the
don't think
shot we want.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I seen that other clip and niggas like, do you work on that shot? Is that a
Yeah,
shot that you regularly take?
it was who was it? Patrick Ewing. That was fucking Patrick
Yeah,
Ewing
there's
talking that shit. That shit be crying. He said, do you work on that shot in practice? Do you make those? Okay, okay. So no, no, you get where I'm going, right?
why would you take that shot?
That nigga logically broke down his whole thought process. He said, okay, okay, let's start from the beginning. You've practiced these, correct? All right. And when practice, you miss them, correct? So in a game, right? Follow me, follow me. Why would you take them in the game if they didn't go in practice when you was comfortable and nobody was here? If they didn't go in then, why would you? I'm just curious. There's no wrong answers.
No, you know, I don't even. There's no wrong answer. Just I want you to think about this.
He said, all right, now I'm gonna have to bench you for a little bit, but I want you to think about this while before the next
While you
time out.
sitting on the bench, think about this.
And let me know when you got an answer. But yeah, no, man. That bitch shit is so funny, yo. Like that video. That shit, it is just it be killing me because I always think to myself, I always to always see you see hero shit like that all the time. Like especially like you play video games, you'll see it. Like niggas trying to be heroes. Like niggas like, nah, I got this. I'm about to clutch this. It's like, bro, no, we don't need that. We don't need that. No, I got this. Yo. I'm about to go out there, get the 3-piece, and then he get fried, and then they defuse. And it's, bro, no, you could have just sat by the bomb and
Hid
waited for the
somewhere
yeah,
and
we're hit
popped the one
somewhere,
by one.
caught one guy, and then bought enough time. This nigga said, no, fuck the bomb, nigga.
I am the bomb.
Nigga, it's me. Nigga.
Nigga, I'm a crack addict. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Oh man. Oh wait, hold on. I'm reading an article on sex work in Amsterdam, and it's essentially what we described, right? It's like yeah, it's legal, but like you're basically like an underclass of workers. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
technically a worker by like legal, like the stingiest legal definitions. You're technically a worker, but nigga, don't 401k man, days up man.
They don't get shit but free healthcare, and that's not because of the job. It's because we
It's
provide it
because
in the
they live
country.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
they literally live in this country. So literally, they niggas is just they give you like 1099. That's crazy. I even seen this thing was talking about they pushed them into certain streets. They had a neighborhood revitalization project, and then they basically make them work like a couple of different streets, and they bring them to a certain amount of shops and shit like that, and like basically force them to work in certain areas. To increase number of sex work permits beyond an attempt to provide sex workers with opportunities elsewhere. So basically, they like, look, bro, we trying to quote unquote clean up and it's not gonna be. I'm like, bro, for as clean as y'all want to get, they fucking there too.
Yeah. And they fucking everywhere. They fucking in
Yeah,
the
that's
rich
the
parts.
whole point,
So like,
bro.
y'all pushing them all the way down here
Now
just
the
for
rich
some
niggas
rich
gotta
nigga to
drive.
pick them up
Yeah, just
and
for him to
take them
drive
back.
45 minutes down there to go get it. Like, come on, bro. I get you don't want to see them, but you're gonna see them anyway.
Y'all just need to treat people with respect. They're doing a service that people want. Why are you treating them like shit?
Yeah. Let's see.
Because it's a wicked world we live in.
It really is. It really is. Like that's what I say. I remember I did that article a long time ago on porn, and I ain't gonna hold you. That shit definitely changed the way I saw a lot of that shit. Because it was just like, hey yo, like to the point where it was like, bro, like literally, like this shit rewires neural pathways in your brains, and like or in your brain, and that's not like a, well, nah, that's them niggas. I'm different. No, no, no. That's how it works. That's the literal mechanism for how it continues to work. Otherwise, you don't watch anymore. If it didn't work that way, you wouldn't watch, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there was a bunch of shit I was reading, and I was just like, oh, this shit is kind of nuts. Where it was just like, you even see like quote unquote ethical porn pop up, and a lot of people look at it like ethical porn. I'm like, no, it makes sense from what ethics we talking about, right? Because ethical porn is basically just like, listen, I'm not even addressing whether porn in itself is ethical because they're already under the assumption it is. That's why they're doing this, right? So they're pretty much saying ethical porn is, nigga, we make sure the people who work here are taken care of. That's the ethics, nigga. That's about as best as I can do. I can't change the industry. I can't make these niggas want to, not, do certain shit. But, yeah, no, it's bad. There was one I saw, right? It was a studio, and I think I told you about this. It was a porn studio that had like 20 different like production companies under it. And they were all bad. Every title I saw, I was like, oh man, oh man. Now, of course, I unfortunately recognize some of them, but that's not the point, right? The point is, and I've seen a bunch of them, and like even some that I had recognized before, I never really considered like outside of the context of meat in hand. But when you consider it, when you're just writing a report, it looks entirely different. Where you're just like, yeah, big tits doctor is probably an issue, right? Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I can see why a whole culture of niggas thinking. Yeah, okay, I can see why that would probably be. Oh, and then big tits at work too. Okay. Hmm.
Mm.
All
So
right. Yeah.
niggas thinking
No. Well,
about
that's
big tits at work, huh?
oh, big titty mommy. Okay. Hmm. All right. I think I see the theme going on here. I feel that. Oh, you said. Oh,
Big
okay.
titty stepdaughter.
Yeah, stepsister. Oh, okay. So then it all starts to
Mm.
make sense. And again, this is what I'm saying. When you rewire neural pathways, and let's be real here, right? Like people don't like people consume porn. So it's like it's on a regular basis. And it's like with anything, bro. You watch Fox News regularly, it's gonna lead to something, right? You watch CNN regularly, it's gonna lead to something. You go to Reddit regularly for your news, it's gonna lead to something. No matter where you get your information from, it's always gonna do something. So to me, it's just like that was the nutty part when I was making that whole thing where it was just like how sinister some of it is, where it's like, nah,
Sinister.
bro, like these niggas are playing on some of these, like they're right on the cusp.
Have you
You know what I'm
noticed the rise in step porn compared to when we were younger? It seems like
Yeah,
every
yeah,
other video is like
yeah.
stepdaughter,
So when
stepsister,
when I
stepmother.
when I did the report, there was like certain key terms that were like number one. Lesbian is like, let's be real, lesbian is locked in for life. Like that shit has been
That's
like
yeah.
top three for like the past decade since they've been counting this shit. Um, and I get it. But I think like you said, stepmom, those were the ones that like are MILFs are not recent. That used to be the
Yeah.
craze back in the day, actually. But think about it, right? Porn back in the day, a lot of it was older women. It was, women who were visibly like 26. Like I
Yeah.
can look at you and tell you're not 19
I
anymore.
could tell
You know what
you're
I mean?
32.
Yeah, I can look at you and be like, yeah, that's somebody assistant manager for sure. Yeah, that's somebody's assistant. That's the
Hey,
target. That's
sister
the man.
marriages be fine, yo.
I know they do. That's what I'm talking about. Especially when they got the Target slacks on. Yeah, but look,
Ooh.
but yeah. So then, I think there was I forgot what year it was, or I don't think it was like a specific year, but it was just the trend. And like I said, these studios pop up now. because back in the day they were just giving you the old, some of the old stuff, and then you started to transition to the, then it started simple, right? It was just big old asses, black people with big asses, white girls with big like it was just very simple, right? Like it was like, you seen a big ass, now get ready for
It's just
another
race, big ass.
race big ass. Niggas like religion, nah, that's too far, right? All right, we leave that out, and then they eventually got to that.
And they got a sexy nun big ass.
Right, always something, right? But then now you start to get to the point where then you start to remember how all the identities have started to emerge, like identity politics and all this. Now you get to the point where you have porn like that, right? And again, this is where it starts to get real sinister, right? That's when I started seeing shit like Border Patrol, and I said,
Oh yeah.
"Oh yeah, all right.
Mhm.
I don't think I need it." Yeah, okay. You see that, right? And then you started seeing, oh my, it was something.
Police.
Yeah,
You
right,
start,
right. They have a
yeah.
police one, right? They have a police one, and then just
BBC
shit.
gets surrounded by white Pog Patrol.
I'm just like, these bitches bad, but like, yo, can we get them with on some
I'm not
other
watching
scenes or
this shit.
something, yo? Come on, yo. I'm like, all right, what's her name? I'm gonna look up the other scenes she in, like, cause this is ridiculous, like. But now they had it was those two, it was a couple other ones. But again, it's like when you combine all of this shit together, again, and the fact that it's rewiring your passageways in your brain and all this shit, it's like, bro, it's no wonder you get niggas who just go to work and don't understand, well, how am I supposed to talk to women? Because these fucking idiots think it's porn. They watch so much of it, they consume so much,
Literally.
it literally becomes an alternate reality in your head. You see a shorty bending over near the water cooler and you think, oh my god, this is how the porn starts.
Am
Is
I?
is she? Uh, uh,
Do
it
she want to
it
fuck?
the
And that's that Tyler the Creator shit. No, nigga, she don't want to fuck
yeah,
you.
she don't want you, nigga. But yeah, and so my thing is, no, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not excusing shit. You know what I mean? It don't excuse nothing. But at the same time, it's like it's programming, right? Like, but anything you consume is programming. Shit, YouTube is programming to a degree, but not even to a degree. It is
This podcast is
everything
programming.
you watch. Hey,
It's
hey, we did.
programming you to be dumb as
Hey,
shit.
look, we said earlier on there were some agendas here that wouldn't be named. So,
It's
but
the dumbest shit agenda.
the silly agenda, the get silly agenda.
The get silly agenda.
But yeah, nah. So I remember there was it for a while. Like I remember right after I wrote it, I was like, nah, I'm good off of this shit. So then it got to a point where like I smooth didn't watch porn for a couple weeks after that. And then I was like,
That's that's all you. That's all. A couple weeks, huh? After all the shit you learned, you only lasted a couple weeks, huh?
well, I
A
lasted
couple
a
weeks,
little
my
bit.
brother.
And okay, I'm sorry. How long did you last? Oh, you ain't even
Years,
stop. So do me a favor.
years.
Years. Cap. Cap. But yeah, so and then it got to the point where it's like it's just conscious consuming, right? Like it's just like, all right, you got to understand what you're watching, right? Like
Yeah.
you got to be able to
If
like,
I
and that
Yeah,
was a big
just like
part
you
of it.
said, a
Yeah,
lot of them videos, if I see the title and I see some shit I don't like it, and I'm just like, nah, I can't watch this.
yeah,
A
yeah.
lot
No,
of
no, no.
times I don't even be watching shit with a story. They just get straight to fucking in the video.
Oh yeah, yeah. And sometimes I'll skip past the story, but then I hate the
Yeah.
ones where it's like they break your concentration and shit. Like it be some nutty shit. You be in the middle, it's like, yeah, you're going to town. And she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's my son. You're like, yo,
Oh,
relax,
come on, yo. Come
relax. I
on.
forgot about that. Relax.
I skipped over that. Why you talk? Stop saying
Oh,
that.
I smooth forgot. That'd be the worst one, because like you said, that stepmom shit is everywhere now. And then of course, like I said, they be getting some bad bitches for the scene. So it's like, what, like, bro, I would like to see it, but I would like it
But
without.
please don't say
Please,
anything about.
please, yo, leave that for the first 4 minutes of the video. Let me skip past it, and then we in there.
And I feel like they intentionally be doing this shit. Like, I can't believe I'm fucking my stepson. Like, yo, why are you saying this?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this is not even a real phrase.
This
That was
is it's some
right.
sick niggas out there that have these real fetishes, and these videos are catering just to them.
And that's what I mean. That's my point, right? And then it's also the niggas writing them too. And think about it. No, no, no. Fuck that. Let's take a step back. Let's be a fly on the wall when a nigga was pitching the 20 studios and said, big tits at work. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big titty doctors. All right, yeah.
Do you even need to
Like,
pitch
no, no, he
pornos
started with
like movies? You
right.
don't
And he
just show
started
up, be
with
like, let's fuck.
No, nigga, this shit is a billion-dollar industry, nigga. This shit is run like a business, nigga. There's meetings, niggas in suits,
Niggas
fl-
in suits.
flipping through a bunch of screenshots, like talking about we got big titty doctors. Niggas like, okay, have we done doctors in titty? So not as a series,
Yeah,
but we've
come
done
on
a
now.
couple
Come,
one-offs.
I refuse to believe.
He said not as a series, but we've done a couple one-offs, so we might as well do a series, right? And he's
No
like, okay,
fucking way.
that makes sense. Yeah. What else? What else? He said, all right, now this
We
one
got
might draw
asshole
a little.
gapers 5.
He said,
Now
okay,
I know
yeah.
it's 5,
He was
but
good. Yeah.
you know,
He said, no, you can
4
slide
went
right
really
past.
strong.
We're fine. Yeah, four did crazy numbers. Yeah, go ahead. And then he's like, all right, now this one, my ruffle, family pies. He said, what
Oh no,
they cooking?
I don't even want to know what this one is.
He said, they not. How do I put this? They're not cooking. No, not at all.
What they
So
doing?
he said, so you know how there's a different type of pie in porn, right? Um, he said, okay, no, I got it. You can slide to the next one. And then they just get worse and worse and worse. And I can't even remember
And they
the
be
name.
picking the worst ones.
I can't even remember the name of all of them. But the funniest, not the funniest part, but the sickest part, right? Was the name of the like the I guess because these were like subsidiaries basically. The name of the overlapping studio, which I think was still under Bang Bros or whoever the hell it is. I don't know which
Mhm.
nigga. It was New Biles Porn.
The fuck is that?
Look up the word nubile right now.
Wait, new Nubile?
Mhm.
I don't want to look this up. Why is so many? Why did I type it in you and then bio definition Oxford came up immediately? What? Sec.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. You see that second definition? Like don't get me wrong, the first one is like, okay, that's what y'all going for, huh? But then sometimes they trade into that second one.
why has society this? Like you said before, when we were kids growing up, MILF was niggas wanted a girl that looked 26, that looked 32.
Yeah, but it starts
Niggas
from the
wanted
top
an assistant
down, I'm
manager.
telling you.
Why is society going younger and younger?
It
Why is
starts from the top down, baby. As the top gets older, they want to go younger. So guess what? They drive the same shit on everyone else. And some people, of course, take it to the logical conclusion, which ends up in jail or prison. But it's like these niggas will do this. It's like 85-year-old dudes dating 23-year-olds. Like, come on. Come on now. I like, bro,
disgusting?
if I'm 85, I don't even want to be around 20-year-olds. That energy is too much. I'm cool
If
with
I'm
30,
85, I don't want to be around
50,
nobody.
40.
I want to be dead.
Well, yeah. Yeah, sure. Um, but yeah, no. So long story short, y'all niggas pay very close attention to what the hell y'all watching on that there pornography channel.
Channel. There's a
Yeah,
pornography channel.
here you go. Go ahead with that.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
no,
What channel?
he said what channel? What's the station? He said it's I not everyone got it, but look, man, don't worry about it. But yeah, so
You dare deny me satisfaction?
I'm screaming. What did I see? What else? What else? What else? I don't have too much nothing left, honestly, at this point.
Nigga watched so much porn. He wiped out.
Shit, would you shut the fuck up? Oh my goodness.
He emptied the clip on him.
Nah, I should post a link when we put this up.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
post that Roku's Basilisk video too.
don't you dare, nigga. I will take that shit out. That is the worst conspiracy. That sounds like a shitty
It's
sci-fi
not a
novel.
conspiracy. I told you it's a fucking thought experiment.
What's the difference? What does that mean?
It means if I can get enough niggas to think about this shit, then I win.
Oh, okay. So he literally came with the whole intention of just saying some ludicrous shit, and niggas just believed his ludicrousity.
Well, I mean, a lot of niggas didn't believe it. They removed him from the sub, but
Thank
enough niggas believed it that they started removing their online footprint.
I feel like anyone doing that probably was already paranoid about removing their online footprint, and then they just
This
saw
is just
something
the
that
nail in the car.
yeah,
Oh,
they saw something
AI
that
finna kill
confirmed
me?
that.
Yeah, get that shit off.
He said, "Oh, what? Oh, nah, delete. I'm deleting my Facebook account tonight." I'm like, "Bro, it's fine. Do you use Instagram? Oh, you know you don't. You use Google?
No.
Good luck."
Any nigga that's deleting their online presence don't even have a Facebook. They looking for voting records. They looking for anything. They Googling their first, middle, and last name, and they address seeing what come up. Trust me, because I've Googled my address. You'd be surprised how much shit ties to you, even though
Oh,
your
yeah.
voting records are public records. You have to request for them to take your address down from your voting records.
I don't
So
like
your address is just out there.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I found that out actually in the 2016 election when I changed my address because I moved from Maryland to DC, so I had to update my voting records. And just out of fun, I Googled my address and it came up with my party and all this shit. It came up with my actual address, my affiliations, my party, my phone number. I'm like, yo, how is this legal? So I had to call them niggas and tell them to take all this shit down.
You ain't calling nobody, yeah. Stop lying.
Yeah, it's still up there.
I know.
I saw my address, phone number, and name online for everybody to see, and I was like, "No, it's cool. We can leave it up there. It's not a big deal."
Oh man.
So yeah, y'all, Roku's Basilisk. Go look that shit up.
Oh,
It's
so
hilarious to
that
think
is
about.
so stupid. Like a sentient AI that just gets mad. Yo, if you a
This is
sentient AI that gets mad and acts like you a bitch.
that nigga about to fry your shit in 3,000
I
years,
mean,
yo.
you hoe. Lame
Listen,
ass
yo.
nigga.
Listen, yo.
Nigga
I
said this
did
nigga
my
feelings
job.
hurt. Yeah, bye. His feelings hurt. You a dork, nigga.
Listen, yo. I did my job by telling niggas about you, right? So don't torture my consciousness and
I don't care what you do to
whatever
that
the fuck you finna do that.
you a dork, Mr.
You a
Roku.
dork.
This nigga named Roku. He named after a bum ass.
No, Roku is the nigga's name. The Basilisk is the program. That's the scary part. The Basilisk.
Man, the Basilisk. Man, get the
The
hell.
Basilisk.
It ain't gonna be no Basilisk program, nigga. It's gonna be Google that do it. Shut your ass up.
It's gonna. No, they not ready for that one. I can't tell y'all who it's gonna be because I'm working on some shit, but
He says, just
that's part
know
of the agenda.
it got
Just
something to do with
know.
it got something to do with Tyler Perry. He said, I
I've
can't
been
say
the
no more.
mastermind. Tyler Perry is a sock puppet. I've been the mastermind behind all his terrible movies and shows all these years.
He said, no, my true agenda was spread the big bone grandma agenda. That's all I wanted. Just
And
hefty
the
grandma. I just wanted people to accept that.
Hefty grandmas and Mr. Brown wearing shiny suspenders and suits.
And bald head niggas.
And bald head niggas, yeah.
Yeah, those three things. That's all I wanted.
And bad wigs. Light skinned niggas and bad wigs.
Horrible.
That was the mainstay.
I wanted black people to be able to go outside with their tracks showing.
Listen, as long as
That
at
I
the end
fight
of
for
the
the
day
rights
you
of
realize,
every musty nigga on earth.
listen,
Every busted wig, undeodorized armpit. I fight for y'all.
as long as you know that every bald head, dark skinned nigga on earth is evil, and every light skinned nigga that just got out of jail wearing a white beater with a bad wig is a Jesus fearing man.
Just got out of jail. I'm crying.
He just got out of jail in that movie, right? That's why he was like working as a
He might have.
landscaper.
I think that makes sense now that you mention it.
That's why he was showing up at niggas' doors in a fucking wife beater, doing landscaping jobs. How you just show up at a random nigga doorstep in a wife beater like, yo, you need your grass cut? Actually, I take that back because that's exactly what niggas did
But
when I was
niggas do
growing
that in
up.
the South too. Niggas do that shit all the time. Niggas
Yeah,
walk
no.
by, yo, your shit fucked up. Yo, you need something?
Yeah, no, I take that back, yeah. But I do think he just got out of jail in that story though.
Yeah, he had to because that was the only way it made sense for Tyler Perry, right? I'm sorry.
That's how he discovered Jesus in jail.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. Meanwhile, the dark skinned bald head dude was in church and it just didn't matter,
He was a fake Christian.
right?
He was evil. I mean, he was beating her. You know how that shit go.
Yeah, I still remember all that shit with the wheelchair. She was violating that nigga. I was like, yeah, yo, do this nigga dirty. I was like, honestly, sis, you went a lot harder than I did. I would have just fried the nigga. I
She was
left for dead, but
torturing that nigga.
nah, she was giving it to that nigga.
Well, she gave a nigga hot grease, almost drowned the nigga. I mean, not hot grease, hot grits.
She
Hot
just
grease would have probably been worse than grits. That would have melted his skin. He would have got like 3rd-degree burns. Hey, maybe she just did that and then just ended it.
yeah. That's what I would have did. Actually, no, I would have just had 2 hours of a big bone grandma, but that's just me. That's my vision. You know, he wasn't really fucking with that. He had to walk me off the ledge.
Listen. You're going to have to stop describing Medea as big bone grandma. It's just it has to come to an end. It
Why would I
stops
keep
now.
saying it? Is she not? She not the
Stop
sickest
saying
grandma?
big bone grandma. Just stop saying big bone grandma.
Well, technically it's Tyler Perry, so thick grandfather. I don't know what
Big bone nigga dressed as a grandma. Let's bring Martin Lawrence in this. He gonna be on the podcast next week. We gonna get his words on this. What he think?
No, see, he was just cosplaying as Big Bone. Tyler Perry was actually Big Bone. You see what I'm saying? He talking about his real life shit, bro.
Nah, man. Let's get Eddie Murphy from Norbit.
Let's get Norbit himself.
That's why I said Eddie Murphy. We're not gonna get Eddie Murphy. We're gonna get that
Eddie
iteration
Murphy
of Eddie Murphy.
let's
Eddie
put Eddie
Murphy from
as Norbit.
2008 as Norbit and Rasputia at the same time. That's a talented man. He could do that. You seen the scene in the Nutty Professor where it was all the Eddie Murphy sitting around the table? How they do that?
I never did that. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. My brain is like just starting to slow down. I think it's about time we put a pin in this.
And all right, so next week we gonna have Norbit on though, right?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get
Get a hold of Eddie's agent
No,
to
I'm
get
probably
under
gonna make a call to the coalition of big bone grandmas. I'm gonna see if I can get one of the spokesmen to speak on it or something. But we'll
one of
see.
the spokesmen, the coalition of Big Bone Grandma. I didn't know there was a coalition for that. I
Yeah,
fuck
so
with
they
that.
initially had an alliance, but there was some infighting, and people went separate ways, and yeah. So
There
now
was a civil war in the Big Bone Grandma universe.
it w- it got
Imagine
out
like
of
Avengers Civil War and it's fucking Medea versus Big
different
Mama's
forms,
house.
different forms of niggas dressed as women.
Different versus Big Bone Grandma.
Okay, an army of Medea clones versus. Oh my god! All
They don't
right,
even gotta be Big Bone. It's just niggas dressed in shitty wigs.
just big niggas dressed in wigs.
That new nigga that be acting like
Mm.
the school administrator nigga.
All right, man. I'm ready to skedaddle.
All right.
It's been good, y'all. It's been great.
Sleep tight. Don't let the Roku's basilisk bite.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. That shit was trash. I hope y'all know it's trash.
Yeah, I hope none of y'all don't take that serious. If you do,
If you
seek
do,
help.
actually, I have the answers to how we could stop that, and it's all in my book that I'll be selling next week. So just
Listen, if we all just agree not to make a super advanced AI that's gonna torture niggas, then we won't make a super advanced AI that's gonna torture niggas.
I said no. For the small price of $2.99, right? I can come up with a helmet that'll block the waves from the AI, because the AI gonna give off waves. Don't ask me how I know this. I just came
You
to
gotta be buried with it in your casket so your dead body is protected. That's how so he
mhm.
can't get your consciousness
You know
out.
what I'm saying? Uh,
Nigga,
all right,
I'm a
man.
crack addict.
All right, man. Let's get the hell out of here. Y'all be easy. Ask Joe Biden if he's gonna forgive those loans,
You
and
know.
no, he won't. But boy, am I on him. I'm on your ass, boy. All right, we out.